One, I know I don't deserve it. And I know that sports has done more for me than I've been able to do for any sport. But I also know that the rules of sport and the dedication and discipline that it takes to succeed in any sport is what it takes to succeed in life.
If Ambassador Andrew Young wants to reminisce, he has a lot of memories to pull from: civil rights, politics, and yes, sports.
The South generally is sports-minded. You grow up playing something. But I went to college at 15, and so I was too small. But the coach, high school coach, would come by my house, every summer to see if I had grown up, because I was a good athlete. But it was my last year in college that I made the track team, and in the first track meet I'd ever participated in was with Quantico Marines, and the record for the 220 was 21.7. It was the first time I'd ever had on track shoes, and I ran a 21.4.
He didn't become a world-class athlete. His path went elsewhere, but as one of the icons, one of the anchors in Atlanta history, he was there as the city became internationally known, and sports played a big role.
It was in the mind of the leadership that they saw sports as a way of helping to make Atlanta a big league city. And I remember being out in front of the American Hotel when the Braves came to town, and Hank was sitting up, and I was sitting with a bunch of guys, white, in overalls, and obviously from out in rural areas, and I wondered what they'd say when Hank came by, and they started talking about, we got to be a big league city. I think corporate America suddenly realized that sports was not only good for business, but it was a good vehicle to break down barriers and to create harmony in the community. And I think that politically it worked out.
It worked out when the 1996 Olympics came here to Atlanta. Billy Payne led a small group that enlisted Ambassador Young's support.
How did Billy Payne get the courage? I mean, it was a crazy idea. Nobody in their right mind would have thought of the Olympics, including me.
Billy Payne was a football player who had triple bypass in his 30s. He recovered, raised funds for his Dunwoody church. Ambassador Young says that awakened something in Payne.
I saw a young man who was about to die and who recovered and went to church to do something with his life, and to go home, and the coincidence of sitting down and turning on the television, and the 16 days of glory or 17 days of glory, this thing about the Olympics came on, and he was feeling good about the church, and he said to Martha, his wife, I wonder if we could bring the Olympics to Atlanta. At that time, the Olympics was very bad business. The Olympics had left Montreal $700 million in debt. See, and nobody wanted to touch the Olympics.
But they made it happen, and fitting for Ambassador Young to be involved, as it was an experience at a youthful age involving the Olympics that gave a future U.S. ambassador one of his first life lessons.
I grew up in New Orleans with the Nazi Party headquarters, the German-American Bund, 50 yards from where I was born. And the way my daddy explained to me about white supremacy and Nazism was to take me to the movies to see Jesse Owens in the '36 Olympics. And when Jesse Owens won, rather than give him his medal, Hitler stormed out and took all his stormtroopers with him. And it was a direct insult. But my father said, "But look, watch what Jesse does." I said, "He's not doing anything." He said, "Yes, he is." He said, "He's preparing because he's got 3 more races to run." See? And that's where he gave me my passport for life. You see, Jesse Owens didn't get mad. White supremacy was Hitler's problem, not his problem. And he said, you don't get mad, you get smart.
A lesson from sports well received.
It's hard to get mad with somebody in a team sport because your teammates calm you down. And if you think of life as a team sport, there's no better preparation for life than any sport. It was what made Atlanta work, though. And it was the fact that Ivan Allen to Billy Payne, with help from Mayor Hartsfield, Mr. Woodruff at Coca-Cola, that it was a desire to be a big league city.